I'm going to tell you something that you might not have realized yet, but it's right in front of you. This person is no longer in doubt. They felt something, and it's something so strong that there's no turning back. They have already made the decision, have already given themselves to it, and believe me, it was not by chance. They felt it. Something greater, deeper, caught their attention, and there's no ignoring it. They noticed the connection between you two, and they might not understand everything now, but they know it's not just another meeting, just another conversation. This goes beyond, much further. They already know this is real, not just a fleeting moment. I know you might be wondering what this means for you, what's coming. The truth is, they are at a point where the decision has been made. They are no longer thinking about giving up or stepping back. They are moving forward with everything this brings. And you, perhaps, are starting to notice the strength of this connection too, right? It's something growing between you two, in a way that can't be controlled. It's not a choice they made with a cool head. It's not a decision that will be easily undone. They are feeling something that will change the course of everything. And you, somehow, are part of this process, even though you might not fully understand it yet. But you will realize. You'll see. What I can tell you is that this is no accident. And what they are feeling, there's no turning back. The path is set, and this connection will surprise you at every step. They have already decided. Now it's up to you to perceive this and understand that your future is being shaped from this moment on. I will continue from where I left off, more directly, more realistically, without detours. I need you to understand one thing that perhaps you are avoiding realizing. You are part of this story, and this is not something small. This person, somehow, feels that the two of you have something to share that goes beyond words, fears, or insecurities. Her decision has already been made. She already knows what it is, what she feels, what she is willing to live. Now, what is missing for you? I know that although everything is clear to her, you may still be trying to rationalize all of this, trying to find a logical explanation, maybe even trying to deny what is happening. I know what you're thinking, but is she really thinking like this? Or is it just me who sees all of this so intensely? I understand you, because doubt can be a constant shadow when it comes to feelings that are stronger than we can control. But listen, there is no turning back. It is not about what you think is right, what seems to be more sensible or safer. It is not about finding the perfect answer or trying to guess the next step. What is happening now is not something you can manipulate or prevent. And believe me, you will realize this in a way that perhaps you are not even prepared to feel. This person is moving forward. She made the decision. And it might be that, deep down, you feel a weight in your stomach now, because you know you can no longer ignore this. I know well how difficult it is to accept when things don't go as we planned. I also know how tempting it is to want to go back, pretend like nothing is happening, protect yourself, run away. But this connection, this moment, it's not about what you want to do. It's about what is happening naturally. It's something that is unfolding with or without you. You can try to resist, you can even try to control everything. But the forces at play here are greater than your reason, greater than your fears. This person is already in motion, already took the reins. What is coming is the direct consequence of that decision. They have already looked at it and realized, I can't run away anymore. And they will not do that. They will not pull away. And if you are honest with yourself, you will realize that this challenges you. Because you are in some way starting to give in to this as well, even if hesitantly. Even if you don't quite know what to do with this whirlwind of feelings that is beginning to arise. The truth, which you might not want to admit yet, is that you are also being called to something. Something that will change your life. Something that will put you on a path that maybe you were not expecting, but deep down, already knew was going to happen. You might ask yourself what this means. What will happen to both of you? I don't know the exact answers, but I can guarantee you one thing. Your future together will be transformed by this decision. What is happening now is only the beginning, and nothing will be as it was before, not anymore. When the decision is made, when someone decides to follow this path, it doesn't matter what the world tries to say. It doesn't matter the fears, the uncertainties, the doubts. What matters is that a truth has been perceived, and the other person is not going back. They feel it deeply. And this is not something superficial. They are not playing with their own feelings nor with yours. They are truly giving themselves, in a way that only those who feel can understand. And do you know what's most impressive about all this? You are also starting to perceive it. You might be there wondering how it's going to be. What are you going to do with this? I understand. But look, the most important thing is for you to stop resisting and start noticing what's happening around you. This person is in motion, moving forward. And you? Are you going to stay there, waiting for something to change, or are you going to give in as well? Are you going to continue pretending to be blind, or are you going to take the first step? I know there are a lot of factors at play here. It could be fear, it could be insecurity, it could be a lot of things that you still can't quite understand. But what I can tell you is that, contrary to what your mind is trying to convince you, this is not a situation that will disappear. This connection is not going away. And if you continue resisting, you will find that things will become increasingly intense until you have no choice but to give into it as well. It seems like things are up in the air now, as if you are on the verge of a big decision. And that's what it is. It's a decision, a choice. And what you choose now will reflect what will happen in the future. You can hide behind excuses or allow yourself to live this. You can try to control it, but deep down, you know this is beyond your control. You know that this person has made the decision and is moving forward. And you? What are you going to do? Your future depends on this. It depends on how you will react, on how you will deal with this connection that won't go away. That is not something you can ignore. And all of this has a much greater meaning than you might be able to see at this moment. But trust me, you will understand soon. You will see it. You will feel it. You will realize that there is no way to escape, because it's no longer about control, it's no longer about seeking security. It's about surrendering to what is beyond any rational explanation. It's about trust. This person is decided, and when that happens, things start to move with a force you can't imagine. They are no longer in doubt. They know where they are going. And you? Will you allow this journey to begin for you as well, or will you wait longer? I know you are listening, I know you are feeling, I know all of this touches you in a way that can't be ignored. Now, the only thing that matters is what you will do with this. Will you surrender to this calling, or will you keep resisting? It's not about finding an immediate solution. It's not about having all the answers at once. It's about allowing what is happening to take its course. This person has already decided. Now, you also need to decide. I know that at this very moment, you are trying to process everything that is happening. I feel it. I see how difficult it is for you to accept the depth of what is at stake. But the reality is simple. You are being challenged to look at the truth without trying to hide or escape from it. This person, they have already done their part. They have already surrendered to what is happening between you. And no matter how much you want to deny or distance yourself, this is not going to disappear. It won't go away. This connection is real, and you know it. Deep down, you know it. Even if you are afraid to admit to yourself what is happening, even if your mind tries to create excuses and look away, you feel that something is moving, something that cannot be stopped. Believe it, the fate of you two has already been traced in a way that goes beyond your expectations, beyond anyone's control. And the most interesting thing is that deep down, you realize this. That feeling, that weight on your chest, the anxiety that comes and goes, all of this is part of a reality that is being constructed now before your eyes. This person, they are not joking. They are not doing this impulsively or without knowing what they are doing. They know exactly what they want. They know they can't look back anymore. It's no use trying to hide what has already been decided in their heart. What is real cannot be ignored, and no matter how much you doubt or are afraid of what is to come, this is the moment when things start to change once and for all. The future, which you have been trying to control or predict, is forming now, and you can no longer run away from it. It's clear that it's difficult to understand, isn't it? Difficult because everything seems so out of control. What was simple became complicated. What seemed certain became uncertain. And this affects you because you don't like not knowing. You don't like feeling vulnerable in the face of the unknown. But what you don't realize is that this is the only way for things to truly happen. There is no growth without discomfort. There is no evolution without allowing yourself to follow an unknown path. What is happening between you two is not an accident. It is not something that will simply pass. You have somehow realized that you are about to be part of something much bigger than you imagined. something that cannot be controlled or manipulated. You have no control over this. There is no way to change what is already being written. This person is moving forward, and you will too, in a way that you might not understand now. But you will. You will because, deep down, you know it's no longer a matter of choice. It's in your destiny, it's in her destiny, and it's in the connection that was created between you. What does she feel? She feels that there is no way back. She feels that something has been released, something has been conquered within her, and she will move on. She will move forward, without further fears, without further hesitations. This is not a momentary choice. It's a deep decision, and believe me, she knows what she is doing. She is ready for this. She is more than ready. And what will you do? Will you let life go on, or will you also surrender to this journey? The pain you feel, the internal conflict, the doubt, all of this is normal. But what I need you to understand now is that this will pass. The confusion will pass. The fear will pass. What matters now is how you will react, because you are about to embark on a journey that will change everything. It's not about understanding what is happening. It's not about trying to make sense of all of this now. It's about realizing what is in front of you and deciding what to do with it. You won't be able to hide from yourself what is happening for very long. And, as much as you try to resist, things will follow their course. This person is determined, and the future of you two is being built now. There is no way back. And if you are honest with yourself, you know that you don't want that. You know that in some way you have already surrendered to this idea. You have already surrendered to this connection. You are already in this. Now, what are you going to do with this? Are you going to keep being afraid to take the step? Are you going to keep trying to control something that can't be controlled? I know it's not easy. I know emotions are running high, but you know, deep down, that there's no more escaping. Because this person, they have already made the decision, and they are going. And the question is, are you going with them? Or are you going to stand still, hoping that something will change without you needing to do anything? This is what's at stake now. There's no more hiding, no more stepping back. You can try, but it won't change anything. The truth is, this person is with you in a way that you can't control. And if you look closely, you will realize that you are also with them. You won't be able to ignore that. You won't be able to run from this reality because it will catch up with you, and it will be impossible not to feel the intensity of this connection. I know you are afraid. Afraid of what will happen, afraid of what will change, afraid of giving yourself to something so strong, something so immense. But let me tell you one thing, this fear will pass. It will pass because deep down you know it's the only thing you can do now. Surrender. It's not about understanding everything. It's not about having everything planned out. It's about trusting that this is real and that sooner or later it will transform you in ways you can't even imagine. This person has already made their choice, and what they are feeling is true. And if you are honest, you will realize that you have also made your choice even without noticing. You are no longer alone in this process, and you know that. It's no longer a matter of doubt or indecision. It's a matter of whether to follow or not, to move forward or try to stop what cannot be stopped. What do you do with this now? That's up to you. What I can tell you is that the decision has already been made, and the next steps are being taken. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what's happening around you. This person made the decision, and what happens from now on is going to change everything. There's no turning back, and you somehow are in this too. The question is, are you going to surrender to this connection, or will you keep trying to flee from it? I know this is not easy. I know it's not something simple to accept. But believe me, what's coming is going to be something that will transform your life in a way you can't even imagine right now. All you need to do is realize what's happening, accept the change, and surrender to it. I know all of this can be intense, but now you already know what's happening. This person made the decision, and you, in some way, are already in this too. There's no denying it anymore. If you feel the strength of this connection, don't waste time. Surrender to it. Comment below what you feel about this and how it impacts your life. And if you want to keep receiving more messages like this, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share this energy. The transformation starts now, and you are on the path.